yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now, I'm a bit late to doing this. I've just had a mental busy week. We're finally here to talk about the new Marvel movie, The Marvels. Yeah, as I say, a bit late to this one. It did come out nearly a week ago. Yeah, I saw it on the weekend, actually. As I say, I've just had a super busy week. Only just getting around to sit down and film a video. But let's talk about the MCU's latest edition, The Marvels. So The Marvels sees Captain Marvel returning, Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel teaming up as their powers entwine. They must learn to fight off each other and connect and be able to figure out what's going on and why they're switching places while using their powers. All the while, there is a new big threat in the universe which they have to stop while they're figuring all of this out. It sounds like a complicated plot, I guess, but it's really not. It's actually a very generic plot, this movie. And I'll say this about the Marvels from the word go. There's a fair few things I actually quite enjoyed about this movie, but then there's an equal amount that I disliked. So I want to start with the positives, as always, and I'm going to talk about the cast and the characters, because let's start off with Brie Larson herself as Captain Marvel. She seemed a lot better here than in the first Captain Marvel movie. She was really wooden in the first film. She felt like a fish out of water, and I feel like when you've got a character that's missing most of her memory as well, it's hard to write and perform a character like that. And yeah, her performance come across quite wooden. The character was quite arrogant and unlikable in the first movie. Here, Brie Larson's much better in the role. She's not unlikable, and she's not as arrogant. It's a much better portrayal and a much better version of the character. I thought that the suit looks a lot better. The suits she had in this movie were pretty good. Really like that. Let's talk about Monica next. Monica Rambeau, the actress whose name I'm forgetting, was pretty good in this film again. I really liked her in WandaVision. WandaVision being one of the better MCU projects since Endgame. Yeah, her powers are cool. Her suit was okay. But yeah, I liked her. And the best part of her was her interactions with the other two characters, which, I'll talk about in a minute briefly as well. Let's talk about Miss Marvel. I wasn't a big fan of the Miss Marvel show. I thought the first episode was quite good and the last one was quite good, but the middle section was all kind of meh. But I forget her name, the actress. She is brilliant in this role. She's absolutely fantastic. And her character, everything to do with her character was the highlight of this movie. It should have just been a Miss Marvel movie and Captain Marvel be a side character, to be honest. She was so much better in this. The energy she brought to screen, the charismatic side to this character was just a breath of fresh air. Especially after, like, the first Captain Marvel film and Secret Invasion, this kind of whole Skrull, Captain Marvel, Sam Jackson, Nick Fury kind of thing. It's all been a bit stale, this side of the MCU. She brings a new life into it, and she's just fantastic in the role. And her family as well. Every minute they were on screen, they were super fun. They had a lot of good energy that they brought to the screen, and I really like that side of it. The three leads interacting together, really great. Loved it. I thought they all bounced off each other really well. It's the Avengers team up no one wanted or asked for, but hey, it worked for an hour and a half. It was a fun little, no complaints there. Sam Jackson's Nick Fury, he's really good in this. He's having a blast. I think a lot of the lines were probably improvised. I have a big problem with Nick Fury, though, and that's just, he's so serious and straightforward in Secret Invasion, and here he's just jumping and cracking loads of jokes. The character himself doesn't really make sense to me anymore. I feel like it's just whatever the director wants to do with Sam Jackson, they're going to do. But anyway, I thought he was really boring in Secret Invasion, and here he was really fun. So I prefer this version of Nick Fury. He has some stupid lines in it, don't get me wrong. But he has some funny ones as well every now and then. And I thought he brought a lot of energy to screen. So yeah, liked all of that. The fights, when they were switching powers, really fun. There's a little montage sequence where they're learning to use their powers. That was cool. The effects, for the most part, in the movie, there's some bad ones, like there always is, don't get me wrong. But, for what it is, it looks good enough, I guess, the film. The plot, simple enough. It works. The runtime, thank God it wasn't any longer. I'm kind of sick of these superhero films thinking they can be nearly 3 hours. Yeah, it had some fun moments to it. Let's talk about the bad, because there's, as I said, there's just as much bad to go over, really. It's pretty forgettable. You're going to walk away from this film about half hour after. If you think about the MCU as a whole, you're not going to remember much about this film. You'll remember Miss Marvel and her family, a musical number, which I actually quite enjoyed, and a bunch of cats. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about the cats as well. They need to stop doing this Goose and all the cats, because Goose felt so forced and so pointless in the first film. And here it's even worse, if anything. There's a cat scene in this that I've seen some people raving about, going, oh, it's the best scene in the movie. I thought it was one of the worst. It was so dumb. It was awful. It made no sense to me. Also, the cats, you know, the cat that is Goose doesn't even look the same as the cat in the first movie. It makes no sense. Plus, I'm pretty sure 90% of people watching this movie go, why didn't they do dogs? Dogs are better. Dogs are just better. Why have they done that? So, yeah, the cat stuff, please, no more cats in, like, Captain Marvel 3 or whatever it's going to be, if they even get a third one at this point. None of that, please. Cut it out. The villain, I can't remember her name, but my God, she was terrible. And I don't want to rag on the actress, because I haven't seen her in anything else. And I've heard that she's... my friend Ryan, who I went to see this with, he's seen her in some other stuff. And he said she's quite good in some other things. So I'm not going to rag on her, but I think the direction she was given made her give a very wooden performance. She was really quite bad in this movie. A lot of the dialogue around her was terrible. The motivations was awful. She didn't feel... like, she literally is destroying planets. It's like, you still just don't feel threatening. Like, there have been MCU villains which just want to get Tony Stark's art reactor, or they just want to do, you know, they just want to terrorize New York or something. They feel more threatening. This villain is literally capable of destroying planets, but she doesn't feel threatening at all. Like, really bad. The ending of the movie, the conclusion is very so-so. It's incredibly predictable. I could have told you exactly how it was going to end from the first 5 minutes of the film. There's a scene at the very end of the movie that teases something, which is like, whatever. The end credit scene is just laughable. Like, oh my God, here we go. We're going to just tease. It's just going to say, yep, this whole movie was now basically set up for another movie. It's like, please, can we just do a Guardians 3 and focus on one movie, please? Yeah, so for me, the Marvels is bang dead in the middle of the road. I'd summarise by saying I like the chemistry between the three leads. Miss Marvel and her family were the highlights of this film. Nick Fury had some funny moments, even though he had some dumb moments. Very generic plot. Awful villain. Yeah, it's just a so-so movie. It's okay. It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not that good. It is just... there. It exists. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed, as always. Make sure you go watch Loki Season 2, by the way. That was a much better entry into the MCU. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, as always, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.